That's you. That's you. Hey! Welcome back to another episode of the Car News with SVDGT. My name is Scott. Again, let's get right into it. And first up on the docket, we have McLaren. They have leaked their 720S. Unfortunately, however, we knew exactly what this looked like well before this leak. See, they're going to be revealing it very soon, and we've seen it on test tracks completely undisguised. We've seen it a few other times with people seeing it early. And next up, we have Porsche, the new Panamera Sport Turismo. It is a wagon. And at last, we have another wagon worth talking about. I'm a huge fan of these wagons. I really love them. If I could afford one, I'd drive one right now. Capable of holding 4 plus the driver very comfortably. Just look at that interior. Oh my god, look at that interior. It also has 550 horsepower. We'll see more of this thing at Geneva next week. Next up, we have Lamborghini and the Huracan Performante. I need to look up how to pronounce that. That didn't help me at all. Performante. That's what I'm going with. Anyway, Lamborghini Huracan Performante. It has set a new Nürburgring lap record for a production vehicle, which is huge. I didn't think it would hit numbers that high. I've been excited to bring any sort of news about this thing for the last 3 weeks, and I just haven't been able to. There's a few teasers out there, but there's really nothing new to offer until now. And I'm sure that we're gonna see. This has been out of focus for a long time, hasn't it? But yeah, this Lamborghini, I'm excited to see it because I think this is going to be sort of the Superleggera. I don't know if there's going to be a newer Superleggera, but that was my favorite Gallardo back in the day. That was absolutely hands down my favorite Gallardo. This being the next generation of it, maybe this is going to be the replacement for ever having the Superleggera. It has been a really long day. Turns out that the previous record holder for the production lap at Nürburgring, apparently that was the Porsche 918, and this beat it. And next up we have Hennessy messing around with the new Raptor. Their new Velociraptor package is available, and the numbers have been released. Now, I'm not talking about the 6-wheel Velociraptor that we saw not too long ago. However, this is their performance version of the Raptor. They do some tuning. It's still the same 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6. This upgrade will allow your Raptor to go from 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds. Now, you do get a couple of options when it comes to this truck. You can have a stage 1 upgrade where you get upgraded turbos, upgraded exhaust, upgraded intercooler, stuff like that, gaining you up to 605 horsepower. And the stage 1 upgrade, $22,500. And then there's the Stage 2 kit, which is what gets you the 700 horsepower. However, this option is almost $50,000. That's almost the cost of this truck. Now, I'm sure you're going to get a high end. Now, I'm sure you're going to get a Raptor that is completely loaded. I'm sure it will be 802A package, the whole works. But you can still get a Raptor for less than $50,000 easy, and I'm talking a 2017 Raptor. So this price is pretty steep. However, people are going to pay for it, as there's only going to be about 100 of these ever made. And then we're going to get the 6x6, which I don't think we've heard any information about it since it was announced, and that was a long time ago. And also in the news, I remember week 1 I was talking about the new Mitsubishi Eclipse and how much of a travesty that was. Well, here's some pictures of it, and I'm still not enthusiastic about this being the new Eclipse. Also, a little bit of screwed up information about Tupac's car. The car that Tupac was killed in. A BMW 750iL. Well, someone's trying to sell it. because of course they are. And the price that they're asking, $1.5 million. And by the looks of it, the bullet holes are still visible in some spots. That has been restored otherwise, but... And finally, the biggest bit of news this week, Ferrari. Apparently they have something that can just plug into any Ferrari and roll back the odometer to 0. Now, the lawsuit revolves around a Ferrari dealership in Florida after a man who has worked there for 22 years has been fired from his job due to what he believes is old age. However, is that all of it? He had knowledge of all this going on. Is this a reason that he was discharged? Now, the Ferrari dealership did let the guy know that this device can do this. However, they were just warning against this going on. But could they have been rolling back the odometer on some cars? I don't know. The legal system will work its magic, and we'll have answers as soon as they are available. And last but not least, last week we covered some leaked photos of a render that was registered by Ferrari to a patent office. But of course, with these photos comes people who are very talented at making them look like actual cars. And who else but Pizer Design? Now, we've seen the work of these people before. They are very good at what they do. A Lamborghini Urus was seen testing, and Pizer Design took the photos and made it look like the production vehicle based on those photos, and they made very convincing renders. I covered that a couple weeks ago in the news, and they've done it again. And I mentioned last week that this design could very well be made for the Maserati MC12 replacement. And I have to admit, these renders of the Maserati look far better than the Ferrari. And Pizer Design, thank you for doing these renders and getting them out right away, because your work is second to none. And I look forward to seeing what else you're capable of in future projects. And hey, that does it for the week. This has been Car News with SVDGT. Pretty quiet week, but that's okay. We'll be back next week, and we have some more content coming up very soon. But let me give you a little hint about what I'm doing this weekend with Vaughn. It has to do with his Kia and a 30-inch light bar.